So should be an exciting day today. It's going to be somewhere around in the 40s. We anticipate at least 2 to 3 phone calls per hour for ice damming, especially this afternoon when that heat warms up. Yesterday we had 7 phone calls for ice dams on a Sunday afternoon. We got to half of them while they were leaking in the homes. The other 3 we couldn't get to until this morning, so that's what the crews are doing today, getting into the ice dams that are currently leaking in people's homes. The hardest part in this industry is trying to be everywhere at once. So we do our best. Whoever has the bigger emergency, we jump to that one first. There's always a lot to do in the day. We're gonna see what happens. Go from there. Every day is an emergency. Every day is 911. It's like I'm running off adrenaline every second of the day. And shoot, I even bring my kids with me. Say hi, Daniel. We're just cruising around in the monster truck today. How bad is it inside? Just drippy?
No, not at all.
That one's not dripping at all? Which one is dripping? That one? Yeah. Well, when that one starts to melt, as you can see, the fascia's all trash.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna head to the next one.
Appreciate it.
Thanks. So right now we're in that west side of town, just west of Home Depot. Hey, Jay. This area was severely hit last year with a lot of crawl spaces were flooding due to the high rivers creating ground level water, kept seeping into everyone's crawl space. We anticipate this year to be at least twice or 3 times worse than last year. As you can tell, there's a lot of snow on the ground, a lot of ice. And then we're gonna start getting these really warm days, which is gonna create just a storm of melting ice. The anticipation this next week is trying to keep our head above water, literally. So we've been on top of it. We ordered 2 semi-loads of drying equipment out of Chicago from the big disaster companies that rent equipment to areas that are affected like ours. Just anticipation of having problems like this. We're pulling up right now to Bozeman Lodge. We've been doing for the last 2 weeks just removing ice dams. We've had ice sculptures that are hanging down like 20 feet long. That's like a small car hanging off a gutter. And some of the gutters are just completely ripped off and destroyed. Life of an entrepreneur or serial entrepreneur is one day you're on roof removing ice and pumping basements to taking your kids to work during spring break. Then I get to go back to pumping basements and rebuilding homes. Yep, can you send me some pictures? Or do you have any? Awesome, thanks Tay. We've got a leaking hospital in progress right now. We're gonna go take a look at it. We're gonna go get the heavy equipment available, get straps. You want 2 bags of the same chips? No, these are chips you're not gonna like. Give me 5, give me 5. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of an emergency call, so I was gonna head there right now. It's actually the hospital in Belgrade, so I'll keep you posted on that. All right, sounds good, buddy. I don't really know where this is. Nothing worse than going to an emergency call and you can't find it. No, I ain't getting through that. Oh, there it is. We have to do it in stages.
Yeah.
We'll get that, and then we'll get drying equipment. We'll come back in 3 days because we got to let that do its thing, and then
Oh my God.
just this one's going to be awesome. Get the grate all, start busting out ice. Let's go scrape some ice. Whee! So, the man basket, you see where I placed it? You just do the best you can. There's water running in that door.
Oh, I can believe it.
See all that drippy going in there? Game on. Who else is coming here? Justin?
Justin.
Good to meet you again. Yeah. Yes, sir. We're gonna go talk to clients right now and make sure that they're happy. Hey Daniel, are you gonna go help me? We're gonna go do some quality control, buddy.
How do you do that?
Efficiency is the name of the game. For right now, we just let it do its thing. No problem, see ya. Do you want to get some food first? Hi, this is Alden Antonucci with Xtreme Restoration and Construction. I hear you got some water issues going on over there. All right, sounds good. Well, let me talk to my estimator and we'll figure out the schedule and we'll give you a call. Multiple condos in Bozeman. It's on the outside of the garage. Should be a half a pallet sitting there. Cool, man. Thanks. Bye. Just take a fan and point it straight up. Well, it's been a crazy day. Probably had over 20 phone calls just in new accounts. I think the hardest part is logistics. And that's, I think, the most fun. I get the most adrenaline rush out of kind of the 911 phone calls of, you know, I need you here now. And then I'm in the position of, okay, there's the problem. What's the solution? And not only that, I get to like have that customer interaction and calming people down to say, hey, you know, this is what we're good at. This is what we do all day long. I know for you it's really traumatic, but at the same time for us, you can feel peace and calm knowing that we got your back. You know, it's just going from one job to the next, you know, literally helping people out. It's about the rewarding side of just being there to comfort people. You know, that's what we do. And it's no job is too big or too small. You know, we don't just say, hey, you know, we're going for those big clients, the big high dollar items. No, I mean, if you're my neighbor or if you live on the other side of town, I'm going to treat you just as if, you know, we were family. And that's what it's all about. Xtreme team, our clients are just as much part of the team as I am, as employees, as subcontractors. We're all part of a team. I mean, community is where it's at here in Bozeman. And I'm proud to live here and have all my businesses here in Bozeman. I love it.